Welcome to Walking with Jesus Bible Study. It's been raining a couple of days, so which has not been allowing me to do this. But I'm like, man, I just don't feel right not being able to do this because it's just tugging at me. You know, not only do I do it for y'all, but I do it for myself, and it builds myself in a relationship with God. And so when I can't do these videos, it just breaks my heart. But before I get started on this video, I don't know if you can see this, but this guy done hit this telephone pole. See it falling down right there? I don't know what is wrong with his road, but they've already fixed that one not too long ago, and they just fixed that one. What is up with these people? And it's not a sharp curve. The speed limit ain't that fast. It's only 35. But for some reason, people cannot control themselves in their anger, and they seem to jump these curbs and hit a very big pole that's right in front of their face. Poles that they can see before they even go in and hit. See, there's nothing obstructing their view from these poles. It's just right in the middle lane. But if it weren't for those poles, they would go and hit the other traffic on the other side, hitting another person, wrecking it to those people, instead of hitting those poles, the light that is supposed to shine the way. Thank God that God is there to stop those people from hitting the people on the other side of the road. And with that being said, we're going to get started in James. James 1, verse 19. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, and slow to wrath. And I'm going to repeat that. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak, and slow to wrath. We desire to be more patient in our everyday life. We become frustrated during our morning routine. We're running late and grow more anxious and cause more for ourselves more problems by adding more wood to the fire, just by simply letting all the little things that follows us build up because we are rushing. Let me put an example like this. When we are rushing because we're already late, instead of accepting the fact that you can't be any more on time, you're just going to be late. Sometimes when you allow that rushingness take over you, you cause more things to make you seem even more behind. Instead of just breathing in like, well, I'm already late, can't do nothing about that. And you just patiently keep going on the rest of your morning and gathering your things and walking out that door. But sometimes we can't do that. Most people can't do that. I can't even do that half the time. So I'm guilty of this myself. But let me paint you a picture of what happens just when you don't allow, or when you allow the anger to build up inside of you. How you just keep piling more wood onto that fire. When we are rushing and we allow things to start building up, we then turn around and we find out that we have dropped the keys and rushing so much and being hasty. And because of our huffing and puffing and complaining about how we're late, we're talking out loud, we do not hear our keys drop because we're too busy complaining. Now we're getting to the car and we're more frustrated because I put our briefcase or a person or whatever coffee we have down on the car to try to find the keys. The coffee slips off, falls on us. Now we got to put coffee on us, and we can't find the keys to get inside the car. Now even more mad. Now we got to go back inside. We got to change our clothes. Now we're even more late, putting more stuff on us. We're screaming, we're shouting, we're being more mad. We're getting the people around us in the household all frustrated, all hurt and confused. Because now we're yelling and taking it out on them. When they didn't spill the coffee on us, they didn't wake us up late. But we're putting it our wrath upon them, on people who was not deserving of it. So then as we do go, we finally do find our keys and we get in the car. And now we're speeding. Trying to get there faster so we don't get into more trouble. Now mind you, it's not going to make us be even more on time. We're already late. But we're so focused on getting there and trying to hurry to get there so we don't be in so-called much trouble because we're making ourselves even run more behind. Some of us make it there. And we talk to people and we like to start this thing as a luck. And when we get there, we just step aside and we tell people, oh, how unlucky we was. First, we lost our keys and we woke up late and then we spilled our coffee. And we just like to blame it all on luck. And not realizing that it luck had nothing to do with it. We're using that excuse. And that's just us adding more wood to the fire. Blaming it on just having a bad day and making it be unlucky. But what if there was people who didn't make it to work? Because on the way there, they got a speeding ticket. Now even more behind. But you can call it bad luck or bad luck because you got pulled over. What if it was more good luck? Sisters, because you got pulled over instead of getting to a car crash. Because there's some people, during that frustrating, they get mad and they rush and they cause an accident. You would have rather have gotten that speeding ticket. See, you would rather just be calm and just got yourself normally there. But no, now you're adding more to yourself. There's some people who made it there and just want to blame it all on bad luck of this and this happened and then I was unlucky to have this and unlucky to have that. But you're going to wish that you would have had that kind of a moment. Because some people, it goes beyond that. They didn't get pulled over and get a ticket. They got into that car wreck. Now they're responsible for mingling up their own car. And then they want to say, be all more mad about that. Because now they have ruined their car. Or now they have to make their insurance go higher because they weren't somebody else's car. But see, now they're sitting there saying that was even way worse and worse luck. But you know what? Some people weren't so lucky to have this accident. Because some people didn't just get in an accident. It wasn't just a fender bender. It wasn't this and that. Some people let the anger get a hold of them when they got to that car wreck. Some lives were taken. The car wreck was too bad. Either they had killed themselves or they had killed passengers in the other car. All due to reckless driving. And see, luck had nothing to do with any of that situation. It had to do with your bad attitude. We can sit there and blame situations all we want to on luck and unluckiness. However we looked at it. Some people want to call that unlucky. But then some people who has been in situations says they was lucky that that's all they got was that speeding ticket. They was lucky that all they was in that fender bender. Because some people don't get that option. Some people lose lives. But unluckiness had nothing to do with how that morning started. Luck had nothing to do with those lives being saved or taken. All those choices, in which they was, it had nothing to do with luck. It was all choices. Your choice on allowing your anger to build up inside of you. It was your choice to allow all those pieces of wood to keep piling up on top of you. It was your choice to allow that anger not just be a feeling, but to lash out on top of others. See, we all have emotions and God even has emotions. You're allowed to be angry. It's what you do with that anger that is a sin. It's how you handle the anger that is a sin. You're not God. You don't need to have the wrath of God upon anybody. You're supposed to take yourself away from people and things when you're in anger. Calm down. You're only adding fire to fire. You're intensifying. You're making things worse for you. all by your choices and how you let anger control you. You are no longer controlling the anger.